In our nail trim series, we've already talked about desensitizing simply touching the dog's feet. We've talked about desensitizing to instruments. We've looked at using jealousy and giving a dog breaks to make the trimming more exciting and fun. We talked about some alternatives to using Dremels and clippers. We talked about using a doggy scratching board and nail files and walking dogs on pavement. But we haven't talked about actual instruments. This is the third type of dremeling tool that I've tried, and I really like this a lot for various reasons. One thing I like about it is this really simple button here. You can turn it on and off really fast. On, off. So if you got a dog that has a little trouble getting used to the Dremel or the sound, you can play the sound really quick, give them a treat, and stop playing the sound. But some of the other brands, they don't turn off as quickly. And to do the same thing when I'm doing their feet, the sound isn't continuous. I can trim a tiny bit and stop before they get upset. With the other Dremels, I can still remove the Dremel, but it's still making a sound for a few more seconds, or at least the other two that I've tried. And I really like this design. I feel it's more ergonomic. It's easier to hold and to maneuver, having this handle here. So I grab the handle here and put my finger on top to drill. What I also like about this tool is it's not as long as the others. Part of it goes down here. So if you have a smaller dog, or if you have a dog that's laying a certain way, it's easier to maneuver this in between the dog. Like for instance, getting to a dew claw. Look here. Good job, Douglas. I also like that it's all one unit. I just sit the whole thing on a charger. And for someone like me who's kind of unorganized, it's very convenient, as opposed to the others that have a separate piece that comes off and charges. I also like that it has 10 settings. So for a dog who's not used to a Dremel, you can start off on a 1 or a 2. And even if it doesn't even trim their nails, it's a way to get them used to it, a way to desensitize and counter condition. You can just run it really low, just for a second, and give them a treat. And you can keep it low and giving them a treat until they look happy about the lower level. And then you can start increasing. Maybe next time try a 2 or a 3. And eventually you'll find what actually trims the nail for them. For my smaller dog here, a 3 or a 4 works just fine. For one of my older dogs who has really tough nails, I have to use a 5 or a 6. But I had to work my way up to that amount. Here comes her brother Murphy.
Be aware of the quick.
Done too, and we'll oblige him as well.
Although it's probably much easier to cut into the quick using clippers, you can still Dremel into the quick. So be careful. You'll want to look underneath the nail or through the nail to try to find where the quick is. But even if you don't see the quick and your dog flinches, that might be because you're a bit too close to the quick. Be aware that a Dremel gets hot. So don't leave it on and running on one nail for too long. I like to do it really quick, run through all the nails, and then if the dog is still tolerant, I might just do them again, or just do them again the next day. But you definitely don't want to hold Dremel in one place too long. The vibration can feel weird to some dogs, so you might want to first desensitize them to holding their feet tightly, or you might want to just hold the nail tightly to try to reduce the vibration.
Lupe prefers that I do her nails while she's sitting in her crate. This is a mesh crate or canvas crate. And this is another reason I like the smaller design, like I said, because I can get in smaller spaces.